Perfection. Right there. Okay. Let's do it, guys. Okay, let's see what we're got going on today, guys. Over here, oh, we probably need some more of that. Probably need some different colors. We got a big old canvas for you guys today. Hey guys, all right. We're gonna do a massive old Seascape, which is available in my store, but I'm hoping nobody gets it because I kind of want one for my own self. But you guys know me, I paint everything live on camera, so let's get it going, shall we? Shall we start the show? Let's see, you guys know always how we start the show, right? How do we start the show? You guys gotta check in, tell me where you're watching from. What's your favorite sandwich? Do I have any hairs hanging out the top? Probably. Probably. Over here and over there. Boom, ba, boom, ba, boom. Let's see. So, tell me where you're watching from. What time is it where you guys are right now? Over here and over there. Where are you watching from? What time is it? For me on the West Coast, it's at 5:01 p.m. on the West Coast on a Thursday night. Yeah. Sure. All right. Now, we just need a little bit of white. A little bit of our titanium white. Not the zinc white, the titanium white. Don't ask what the difference is. I've never used the zinc white, honestly. Never used it once. I always just get titanium white. So, we got our titanium white. We have our canvas over here. Big, giant 24-inch by 36, so 2 feet by 3 feet. Just a monster. Big old canvas, right? I'm gonna show you what I've done so far. I have a video exactly like this one, just on a little bit bigger of a canvas on my YouTube page that shows you how to black out the canvas, how to leave this stripe, how to put the clear on, how to put the colors on, how to do everything, right? So initially I covered it with our black gesso, took my tape off, and then just kind of shrink down the edge so it wasn't a big old 2-inch tape line up there, right? Then I put my liquid clear across the whole thing. Did not put liquid white on this guy. Just left it with the liquid clear and the white canvas. Then I put our Indian yellow in this section, which you can tell. A little bit of blue, a little bit of green, a little bit of phthalo green, a little bit of blue, a little bit of yellow, everywhere, all over the place, right? I was using the ultramarine blue from Gamblin, the Indian yellow from Bob Ross, the phthalo green from Bob Ross, and then the sap green from Bob Ross. It's all we've done so far. Now we'll take our Bob Ross titanium white and we'll pull it out over here, pull it onto our brush. We're gonna come into this area. This area over here, guys. Hey guys, all right. Where are you guys watching from? Let me know. Let me know. We get all worked up and crazy like. So let me know where you guys are from, where you're watching from. Let's get in here and I'm going to brighten up this area with just a little titanium white, and you'll see it get brighter and brighter and brighter. The more that we put in that spot right there, the brighter and brighter and brighter it gets. Right? We don't need it to be supremely white, but I want it to be a little bit brighter than just the yellow that we had up there. Now, the more that we work this color out into the night, right, the more color it's going to interact with that we put up here. Our sap green, our blues, our phthalo greens, the same thing that we did down here. We did above, right? Now that I have this darker green on my brush, I definitely don't want to go back into my bright spot back in there, right? We don't need it to extend too far. Staying around the edge of our bright area, bring it over there. Maybe we'll just grow that spot just up a little bit higher. Bang, just like that. However you want it to be. Right, now, before we lose the space for this guy, let's put in just a fun little sun out there in the night. Is this brush? I think this brush has just had it. It's just angry. It just doesn't want to make any more suns. So let's use a slightly bigger one. I'm gonna use a little filbert brush, just like this. Little guy. Look at him. Where are you guys from? Tell me where you're watching from. What your favorite sandwiches is, right? The more you guys comment and tap the screen, the more people are gonna show up in this live, right? So we'll get out here, we got our brush. And let's say I wanted to put my sun just right into there. We're gonna place it and we're gonna spin it around. And because we're using just the titanium white, it's going to be a white circle out there, right? If we don't have enough paint on our brush, then it may mix in and become a yellow circle, right? So if we really want it to be white, a little bit out there, a bit of brightness right in our sun. Oh, it's fantastic, you guys. Just fantastic over here. Okay, now let's go back in with a little fan brush and a little bit of our titanium white. We'll start deciding what we want our clouds to look like out there. And then we'll come in for our oceany water. Right now, we don't need too much titanium white every time that we go do this. We get to decide, let's say we wanted this whole thing. There's a little bit of our yellow and green and then blue over here. So what if we came in like this and just made this weird shape? Oh, look at the changes into that green, into the blue. Fabutastic. Maybe drop off a little bit. Maybe it flattens itself out over there. Maybe not. Right? We can always go back and blend it away depending on what it looks like, how it is, and all that. And you see, I can leave a little bit of excess underneath. We need to leave that extra space underneath there so that we can come in here and it will grow a little bit, right? If we just put it up on the very top, we may not get it to grow far enough. And so you add that little bit of excess paint down underneath and start mixing it down. Maybe we'll flatten this guy off on the bottom down here by pushing a little bit harder, flattening that little section out, right? Very simple little things we can do. And if we're not over mixing it, not doing it all exactly the same, then we get some really cool looking things out here in the night, right? Look at the differences. Look as we come up into the green. Oh, there's phthalo green over here too. Fabulous. Oh, guys, look at this guy. Mix him down, and all these soft little bits. Maybe we wanted to connect it, make it grow a little bit further, but just mush on a little bit more color, right? The more that we mush and push, the more it's going to extend out into the night. Take the bottom of this guy and just flatten him off like we did with our other guy. Very flat, getting lower and lower and lower. I get this very cool little thing out there. Very cool little thing. Whoo, my goodness. We took a bit of white, put it up underneath our guy, right underneath our cloud. And we're gonna spread this guy out. Stretching it, side to side, side to side, side to side. Bang. There we go, a little bit of something shining underneath that big old cloud up there, because all of our light is coming from beneath, right? Beneath its own self. Now, let's get over here, wipe our brush off, so that when we come in and we drag in that more of that paint, right, then we're gonna have cooler little things going on back here, you guys. Oh, it's gonna be fantastic. Just a little bit of a sunrise in the night. So remember, tell me where you're watching from. What time is it where you are right now? Maybe we had a whole nother little cloud that dropped down beneath the bright area back there, leaving a little bit of darkness, right? You want it to be crazy and odd and weird. It flattens out like that, right along the edge, right? Maybe extend this guy down a little bit or put a little bit excess underneath so we can have some stuff to grab. Remember, if there's not a lot down there, our cloud won't grow very far. So we have to decide how much paint you put up there, right? That's gonna make our cloud grow if we put a lot of paint up there. If we put a little bit of paint up there, it's not gonna grow so much, right? You see how I kind of go above the clouds too? It's not just the bottom side that gets mixed. You gotta kind of soften that top just a few little times. Here, that, oh, I like those little holes right there. That looks cool. What if we took a whole nother bit and kind of connected it on, leaving those little gaps, dropped it down underneath here, right? Where's it gonna be? The more little gaps that we leave, the more depth there's going to be in our scene. We know we don't want to come down and flick the sun. That would be a big mistake. Don't get down there on that sunlight, right? Mix this guy up sort of into that other cloud, let it get darker because it's mixing with those darker colors back here, right? We put on that blue and that darker green back there so it would have room to get darker, right? If you don't have the room to get darker, then it's all gonna be the same amount of bright. And then what are you looking at? We can't tell, right? Because it's all the same. We need it to be nice and soft and dark. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Now, right in here, I see a spot that's very like flat looking, right? With a little bit of darkness above it. So what if we just popped up an oddity into there? Just a little weird thing, right? It doesn't have to be perfect. And we know it's gonna spread out a little bit. Just like that, just a little odd little bit of cloud, right? That's back into the night. Look at those layers already, right? And we can even add a bit to this guy. Let's say we wanted something out here. Just a little bit, right? Add a little bit of paint onto it. Either drag it down or drag it up or both. Right? We gotta decide with our eyes what we want it to look like. Right? We don't need such an enormous gap of darkness back in there. You do need those gaps, right? But it doesn't need to be so big. Now let's get in here with a little bit more of our white. Let's come up into this side, maybe starting from way down low, right? Into that yellow, and pop it up, just be weird, right? Maybe it goes over and cuts in front of our other little guy over here. Now, if we just leave it like that with nothing underneath, it may look a little odd. So let's add a little bit of paint and kind of decide where we want the bottom of our cloud to be, and then go back and mix it up. Remember to wipe off your brush so you don't have all that green trying to taint our yellow section back in here. Right? Now, as it moves and spreads and grows, it's going to mix, and that's okay. And if we mix it all together, it may look like one cloud, right? So let's keep some differences in there. Flatten off along the bottom, drag that bit of bright down onto that little dark line. Oh, guys, I like it. Sure, guys. In the night, what if we took a bit of brightness, popped it right over that little dark area? Dragging it out, right? Now, as we mix down that little line, we'll go above and below, and just try to fade that bit of dark line that was in there from our gesso, right? Not everything has to be perfect. Not everything has to show. And the more that we mix it, the more it's gonna change on us. That's very cool. I like that. Yeah. Watch this now. Let's get some of this green to mix in with this yellow just a little bit. Just as lightly as we possibly can, you guys. Woo! Let's do one more little thing. Just into here. Drop it down right along the horizon to that yellow, up into the edge. The more that you can extend it outward, the further away it's going to look in the distance, and the closer it'll look on our edges over here. Just like that. Guys and gals, and painting pals. A little bit more paint just to help it. That way when we blend it out softly, it won't disappear fully. There we go. Soft little things down here. Choo, 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 choo. Little bits in the night. Oh man, that's cool. Okay, let's get in here to our oceany, watery scene, you guys. We've been painting for 12 minutes, and already we've got this enormously gorgeous sky right out here in the night. Move you guys in just a little bit. There we go. We may cut off a little edge, but it's okay. There we go. There we go, guys. Again, anywhere that you don't like, go back in and mix it up a little bit. Change that sucker up. Maybe it's just this little bit of weirdness. You need maybe another little highlight down underneath as well. You can do it, and then get up there and change it and mix it and look at it and go, oh yeah, that one little thing. Just leaving all those little differences in there. And we take some of that paint and mix it down a bit further and mix it out a bit further onto this side. Just allowing the smallest amount of light out there in the night, right? In the night. Guys. This guy wanted a little bit excess paint, just right in there. Right? You can always go back, change it, mix it, push it, blend it. All these little things, guys, they're going to listen to our brush. Whatever we tell it to do, it will do. That's cool. That's cool, but I can see some more stuff. Maybe I want to get up into here. Get a little taller, a little bit odder. Those couple little pops and shakes, shimmies. In the night. Over here and over there. Oh my. Hello, sugar. This sky is literally the best thing I've ever seen in my life. Look at that thing. Oh, guys. Okay. Yes, that's a good looking sky right there. Let's grab our little palette knife, right? And we're gonna start working on our water now. Now we're gonna go to a very little bit of paint. We don't need a whole lot of paint, right? We need little bits. Let's clean up some of this green that's in my titanium white. So we got some fresh white in there. I'm gonna pull it down, just just like we're laying out a road, flattening out some asphalt. Come in, scrape up a tiny amount. We don't want too much. All right, we're gonna come back in here, right beneath our sun. We're just gonna pop in a little brightness, a little bit of bright area, right? We don't want it to grow too far. We don't want it to be the same amount of bright everywhere, right? So if you can leave some areas that aren't so bright and have some spots that are brighter, then you'll have your highlights and your shadows and all that stuff as the water starts growing towards us. It's here, it's there, and then it's not. You know what I mean? Like there's such a little amount of paint on the canvas that when we're dragging our knife, even if we deposited it all in one spot, it wouldn't be so much, right? We cannot have so much paint back here. It's a big no-no. You cannot do it because you need those dark areas and then you need your light areas, right? So we had our light there, dipping down, right? Catching a little bit over here, a little bit over there, couple spots, maybe right here, a little bit brighter, but it doesn't take that brightness everywhere, right? We get to decide. You can see how we've started out a little, just very flat on our horizon back here. And then it's grown to about 1 inch on that side, just by its own self, right? Taking it up and down, up and down, up and down, just like a little wavelength. And it's like we're listening to just like the waves of sound that are hitting your ear balls from my vocal cords, right? Did I say ear balls? It's supposed to be eyeballs and ear holes, but it works. It's fine. It's fine. It's hitting your ear balls. And that is making this wave of water, right? All you need, a couple little bits of oddity and let it get dark. Let it get dark away from the sun. We don't need so much action back there. A little action Jackson over here, right? And we're gonna come in here, again, flattening out the paint, scrape it up a little bit. Don't need to have too much. Little touch, just a little old guy. And then we're gonna come and dip down a bit more. Maybe we dip up, maybe we roll down again. Dipping around, dippy bob turns everywhere. We get to decide what we're gonna do from this point forward. This guy also, we have to connect onto and dip it down, but not as much, right? It gets more of a dip. Little space, a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger as you're going that way, right? Now, let's not go too freaking crazy on the size of these waves because I wanna have a lot of sand, which is why we're doing it just a little bit. Now we can take some of the brightness and again, skirt it backwards, which will mean it'll get brighter at the front and it'll work its way to its own dark self, which is exactly what it's supposed to do, all on its own. Right? Another little scrape up, and we'll come into this guy. A little bit of our light skirting out, right? Not trying to reach every single place, and we know the paint is falling off of the knife as it's going over to the side, which means it's getting darker and darker and darker and darker. Now, let's get in here, because this is what I want to see right here, right? These little guys, we're going to put a little eye of our wave in there. So let's say we had one little rolling over, right? They don't have to be humongous. You want them to be humongous because they start looking fantastic. You're like, oh, shaving cream, that looks cool. And you want to keep doing it, making it bigger and bigger and bigger. But I'm telling you, out of experience, right? Don't make them too ginormously huge. And don't add too much brightness towards the back underneath your sun because we're going to be layering that in as we go. Right, so little bits, drop it over the side. Right, maybe our guy over here, he's already done crashed a lot more. Flowing out this side, leaving a little dark shadow behind him, which you could then, if you wanted to, just very lightly, leaving a lot of darkness, right? Just a little line of color back in there. Little bit, little bit, little bit. We can always go back and add more. We cannot take it away once it's up there. And if you're good enough to go up over your horizon, then boy, oh boy, you gotta do it because it makes it look really cool. Right? Remember, these guys are coming down, they're crashing, they're hitting very shy right in here. Very small little bits. We don't have to roll them all the way down, even though it does look cool. I agree. All right, let's come over this guy. Drop this guy down a bit. Just let it get a little bit crazy, right? We don't have to do anything. But before we get too far, let's get back in here and we'll light up the eyes of our waves, right? The transparency bit. So get a little bit of white. Come in here just a little bit, very close up to the edge of our wave. Right? Doesn't have to be too big. And it doesn't have to be too bright. And it should sort of look like the color behind it. Right, so if we get in there, this guy's gonna be a bit bigger because he's got bigger space in between him. But just like that, putting it in very lightly, and then we're gonna go back and mix it up, turn it soft like silk. A bit of satin action right in there, leaving our dark separators. Oh God, that's literally perfection. Please nobody get this one because I want it for myself, please. God, look at that thing. Ooh. That's fantastic. We're gonna get a little touch of our color back here, right? The high point of our waves, then it would dip down, so you'd only really catch color coming up on the next little high point of your wave, really, when you really think about it, right? And we're not gonna leave it that dark, but we're gonna try not to make it so bright in the interim there. There we go, and have a little darker space where it's mixing in with that green, and it's not so pure bright white, right? There we go, perfect. Perfection, guys. Take these guys, again, just very horizontally. We're scraping them back, scraping them back, scraping them back. Very horizontal-like, right? Depending on how far you want your little bit to go, right? This guy, we could roll over another crashing wave, or we could turn it and make like a little tail of our wave over there, right? So let's imagine all of our water came down and smashed back here. So we're gonna start a little higher, and we're gonna roll a little lower. Bang, just down like that. Little bits, far away, far away. Now we gotta work on this line. It's gotta get lower, so we keep dumping it down and dumping it down. See how we're lower here than we were up here? Probably another inch lower just on that first wave. And we may need to extend it even further out and further down, but we can decide that as we get closer to it. Now this guy, I'm gonna drop down again, probably a whole nother inch just for this guy's wave. And then we can decide what we wanna do and have a whole ton of golden green beach right there. Oh, it's gonna be fantastic. Oh, I just can't wait. All right, this guy, remember, we're very sharp on our roly uppies. And then as they get out further, they get a little less and less and less. We don't have to have a lot of paint, right? We don't have to have too much. And if you think you did get too much on there, it's okay. Come back in, rolls back, and then roll up. Right? Back and then up, back and then up. Not every bit is going to be as bright, and the more that we go over this area, the darker it will become. Because it's mixing with those green bits that are back there. Right? So you can decide how you want it to look. Right? Maybe this guy's gonna grow probably down to here, I would imagine. Oh, for sure. See how we didn't get low enough? Which is why you want to leave yourself a good amount of space below, right? So you can adjust on your own self where you want it to be, right? This guy, let's come in, leave a real bright spot out along the edge. Kick it out, throw it back here, wherever we want it. And we'll come back in with our little brush, flatten it out. Just quite literally the best beach I've ever seen, bro. All ready, and it's all mine. Woo! Whoa! Man, look at this painting. Guys, drop down a little bit. The more that we do back here, especially in that lighter area, dropping on our little diamonds and such, oh, it's gonna look so cool. The further away that we get, the less little diamondy spots, so we're pushing real hard on our knife and not really expecting much to happen back there. We don't need too many things back there, otherwise we'll have to add more things up here. Let's continue on. We're gonna move this guy down and out, and then lower him again, just because we can do whatever we want to do. However it looks to us is exactly how it's gonna look. And we get to choose how far the water goes out, this, that, and the other, all up to us. We can get rid of that whole thing if we wanted to. We can make it a wave. We could do all sorts of stuff. We are the choosers, the chosen ones. Drop some of this stuff down just so our brush can kind of soften it a little bit. We've got to soften that back line back there, right? That was our first kind of guess on where we were going to end up. Well, we didn't end up there, so let's bring this guy in, drag him back, drag him back, drag it back. Little bits. And we know it looks a little dark right here, so let's grab a little bit of our bright. Let's add a bit more. That would be right where the sun was kind of trying to feed its way through. So get into there. slide it out. We're gonna have to rotate down a little bit more, but already looking pretty fire, you guys. Just if you're asking me. Just if you ask me. Oh, man. Oh, I love it. You're gonna crap your pants when you see this part of the sand light up. I'm telling you. I'm literally telling you, go get the Depends, because it's about to happen. Literally. Oh, jeez. Louise. It's gonna be fantastic, you guys. Get a little bit of my liquid white in with this bit of our paint just to help it slide a little bit easier now that we're right up close in the front. Maybe this guy would have to severely drop down, right? Just making a little S shape or a number 2, literally. We wanted to drop down 2 inches or 1.5 inches. Made a big Z shape or a big number 2, and you can get back on that horizontal plane again, right? Without having to dump it down like we did up here and making this look right there. And you don't want that. You know what I mean? Little bits, little things, little bits of knowledge that I'm giving you guys. Just take it. Take it from me and run, man. Where do you want to go with your scene? Because I can't wait to see it. Oh man, we got that, got our blue, our ultramarine blue, our phthalo green, a little bit of our Indian yellow section, a little sap green as well. Man alive. Guys, gals, and pals. I can't get over how much I love this guy. This little paint. If somebody take this one from me, I will find you. Like Liam Neeson. I have a very particular lack of skills. I will find you. Man! Oh! Finally, Josh gets a good one for his own lonesome self. Because, look at that. Pow! I get to keep this guy in my studio so I can look at him now. Whoo, baby! Holy cream, you guys. Look at this one. Okay, let's get in here. We're gonna start slapping out and finishing out these little guys as they're sliding up. Now we may change the angle right over here, right? Maybe you're like, I don't want to keep doing waves and waves and waves all the way to the side. Well, how are we gonna get this to transition into that? Right? What do you think? What do you think? You either have to get lower, right? And then roll it up so it looks like there's a little tail. You could make a little S-shaped deal and pull it off one way and pull it off the other way, right? How would you get it lower? Knowing that we can't continue to add too much color. So if we continue to add too much color, then it's going to become too bright, right? We don't want it to be too bright. So how would you guys do it, man? Making those areas dark too, right? We can't see all the stuff that's up in there. So we decide right here, do we want to continue to add another wave and roll it through, leaving that dark shadowy spot, right? Very lightly. We could even connect onto it and just dip it down. What do we do from this point, Josh? That's always the question. Literally the question I get all the time from my own brain. What do I do here, right? Because I could continue rolling. We could do one more wave, right? Got a little bit of brightness in there, just very soft, because the waves are about to slap down and crash. This guy back here has already crashed a little bit. Just very lightly, right? He's very far away. We can't see a lot of stuff back here. Maybe we can see a bit more splash, but we can't see a lot of detail back there because he's further away, all right? There it is. Just a little thing, a little bit of oddity out there that makes our brain go, okay, that one's already hit. These ones obviously are about to roll over and smack down onto us, right? Fabulous. Okay, let's see if we can get all the paint off the knife, the brush that we can. And just kind of decide, just very lightly, if I was to continue rolling up this way, what it may look like, right? We really can't see it. Dip this guy over, roll him down. We could flatten it off, down like that. Okay, I like it. We can get over there like that too. Okay, so we'll have a little bit of a ridge. Okay, perfect. Just a little tail of our wave, right? We're gonna come over here, we're gonna change our angle, right? So we were like this, we were rolling up, then we turned our knife down, and over here, and then we're going down again, right? You can even pick it up on this side, or turn that knife. Watch, let's see if we can do it. Turn the knife, baby. Just like that. Fabulous. Little rotation, okay? Because all we need are a couple little specks of paint to come off of this guy and start flowing down, right? We're changing up the angle of our paints. Get a little bit of it up there. Shake it off, right? Changing it around. Now we got this little tail of our wave, which you could do many things with. Let's say we took this guy, just flatten him out, and then grab that bit of tail and went around, right? You can do whatever you want every time. Say we took it this way, grabbed onto a little bit of it, and sort of started connecting it into our little guy over here, right? Which we can then add and change and do all sorts of stuff to. It's all about seeing it first, right? Now, how are we gonna drop down from here and connect to there? I mean, you could just, but that's kind of lame, right? Let's go out again, then we'll come down and back, then we'll drop out another little guy. Who knows, right? We can do whatever we want to do, guys, every time that we do it. You can do the coolest things that you've ever seen, in the weirdest colors, and all this stuff. We're going to change our angle a little bit, just flatten it out. See how some of those were going too vertical, so we'll just come at them and flatten them out, and then start rolling them up. Rolling in the waves. No, that's Adele's new song. Pull these guys the other direction. Pull this guy down this way until we can sort of flatten them off. And then you can see we got our little wave, right? If we don't want this guy so bright, just hit him a few more times. Hit him, hit him, hit him. Pull it down the other way a few more times. Taking that same paint that's already there and taking it away and spreading it, making it softer, right? Now, what if we had just a little bit? I just want to see one more little crasher in there. It's just trying to not roll itself right over the edge. You know what I mean? Down. Right, now we have to make that guy look like he's also connected to that top water. So you just push a little harder with your knife like that. Roll it down, a little further, a little further, a little further. Oh, he's just wicked. Oh, I like it. I like this one, guys. So let's change this guy up just a little. Add some couple little bits, little change, little details, little bits of our brightness and different things that are back in here. And then again, go back, fill it, and we can go back and really put our details on. And that's gonna be fantastic, you guys. Oh my goodness. My goodness, I just keep seeing different bits, different things as we go, right? Getting lower and lower and lower and lower. Oh man, that's fucking perfect. That's the perfect one right there. That's perfection. That's how you do it, Josh. Don't forget that when you do it next time, you wiener. All right, let's get in here. And we're gonna come and fill up all of our beachiness with some beautiful color, guys, right? All this sand that's very dark right now, right? Do you know how we're gonna make it turn and make it look like sand? Just yes or no. Thank you, appreciate you guys, appreciate it. This one I'm hoping to keep for my own lonesome self because I love it. Look at this guy. Okay, so we're gonna come in here with a little bit of our liquid white and a little bit of our titanium white, because the liquid white makes it very wet. Right? It gets wet out there. There, over here. May not be the only thing. Hey, over there. Now, we're going to come in, we're going to take that liquid white with the titanium white, and we're going to drop down just a little bit. I want the brightest spot, though, with the heaviest amount of paint right there. And we're going to drop down a little. Bring it over here, right up underneath. All right? You don't want it to get crazy. Doesn't need to be looking nice, right? We're just gonna use it to extend our wet, sandy look, right? Need a little bit of it up there. Our dark separator gets smaller and smaller. We don't need so much paint over there, right? Very cool, guys. Now, all you gotta do is give it a little tug down, just like this. Tugging it down, streaking it out, right? Just a little bit, just like that. A little bit of wet, sandy action. Now, if it's not a complete line and you want it to be a complete line, just go back and do it again until you like it, right? But we don't need this guy way out here to be so bright. We don't need to put on too much paint. Okay? Just like that, streak it down. Okay, we're gonna take it, pull it to the side, away from our wave, and then streak it back towards our wave, mixing it in, leaving little spaces of darkness. Look at that, you guys. Then we can come back and fix it later with our little bit of water line. Isn't that some wet, sandy beach out there? Okay, now let's get the color off of our brush. Let's go back in here into our bright section and really just whip it down. Get up underneath here, pulling it, pulling it, pulling it. Oh, look at that color, guys. And then it dips into that greenish, bluish. Right, spreading it out. Fabulous. Just wicked. Just wicked. All right, we're gonna slide it away from our wave, leaving a little bright spot up there, pulling all of our vertical streaks, turning them into horizontal streaks, spreading them out over here. Maybe it pulls out a little bit further, and we can decide its brightness just by how we mix it together. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing, you guys? Now, say we wanted it brighter in here, just pop in a bit of brightness right under our sun, right underneath. And then, very lightly, just turning our vertical streaks into horizontal streaks, however far we want it to go, whatever we want it to look, however bright we want it to be, right? We get to decide. Oh, baby, that's cool. Now, let's get under here with our last little guys. We don't need to have too much on these guys. I don't need to be too, oh, look at the change from the green down to the blue, man. Oh, the blue man group. Somebody call them. I'm telling you, we're gonna go back and fix this after we project it out. We can't have it there for right now, right? Look at that, guys. Holy shaving cream. Take these guys and just spread them. Spread them out. Get a little darker green around the bottom, right? And the more that the sun fades away, you can pull some of this color down. The more that the sun gets further away, right? The darker it gets, but we still want to see some of that greenish color, some of that bluey color. You just don't want it to be as bright as the center area, right? Oh man, that's freaking cool, Josh. That is freaking cool. Now we're gonna take these guys and we're gonna bring down that color and that water right on top of that darkness. Right? Just so we have a little separation of the two. Once we have that little separation, that little baby bit, that's gonna make our foamy water look like it's standing up a bit more. Right, so get it out there, mix it up. Now we don't need to see a dark separator on this side of our guy. It's only on the sides that we're looking at, the ones we can see, right? Remember, a little bit of paint as we get out here, even that's probably a bit too much, so we'll pick it up, deposit it over there, pick it up, use it somewhere else, right? Doesn't have to be crazy, doesn't all have to be the same. Wiggle it out there. Little things, right? And take these guys and swipe them back anyway. They're very far away, so you don't have to worry about those things way off in the night. The point is, it's supposed to be hard to see back there, right? The closer that we get to us, the more watery details we're gonna see. All right, so now look, I don't have to follow around the edge and try to leave a dark separator on this side. I can come all the way out into my sandy bit, making little triangles, but you don't have to have your dark separator on every side. Only on the one that we can see. So that guy, right here, right there, down here, right? Little places where you have to retain that darkness, right? And then we can start depositing little guys and little details as they're sliding up our wave, backing away from our brightest point, which is the sea foam at the very front. Just like that. Bink. Slide it back, use it somewhere else, man. They don't all have to be the same. They don't all even have to come out the same, right? Like maybe we wanted this one to pop in over here, changing its whole look, right? Just because it looked a little bit too similar to the whole rest. So pop in a little bit more color, right? Little things. Maybe that guy's a bit too bright, so it needs a bit of color or needs to come out a little bit further or whatever. we get to choose when we go back and fix them and do all these little adjustments. How low do you want to get that dark separator to go? Right? How low can you go? We dip down and cover up on this little guy just a little bit. Right? All these little things, guys, totally up to us. Now, we don't even have to follow along that line. We can literally cut right through that little section if we wanted to, and not even doing anything different. Right? Just putting on a little bit more paint, making it a little bit more crazily messy is all we gotta do. Rolling our knife up backwards, having these guys fly back, becoming very flat, and then rolling up. Right? We don't need them to roll up right away. And not everything has to be shown rolling up the side of the wave. Right? These guys want to change the angle of our blades. So we're kind of flowing backwards, but also getting that little bit of body to it, right? All these little things are just floating on top of our water, right? Trying not to cover all of our water. They're just floating right up there, rolling backwards. That was really freaking cool. Rolling back, getting brighter, getting darker. Little things, right? Now these guys, we're gonna have to change the angle of our swipies. So they're not a lot of things, it's a lot of sideways, right? Sideways bits like that. Like I said, if you can just use the side of your knife or just the front and roll it up backwards into those things, it really makes for some cool highlights. Just the coolest little things you've ever seen. Right? Roll it up, roll it out, roll it wherever you want. Maybe this guy comes out a little bit further and we cover in that little dark space that was a separation, right? Every time that we do it, we can do it a little differently. Like I rolled down there and filled all in. And remember, over here in the front, we're gonna see a lot more messiness, so it can get more chunky, more messified, right? And leaving little bits, little here, little there. Maybe these guys were way down there. Come up the side of the wave, they're here, they're there, they're everywhere. Playing around, making it messy, right? That's what we're supposed to do. It's not supposed to be this beautiful, perfectly lined thing, because the ocean has so much crap going on, right? All the time. All these little different things are happening out here. Right up along the edge, see if I can just, that's it, right there, guys. And all these little things are happening. We're gonna pull off the other side, just again, very light. We don't need to have too much. Don't need it to be too bright over there. Just want to show that there are things happening in different ways, right? Everything out there is moving at a different rate of speed, and it's moving in a different way. You know what I mean? So, perfect. You got to move your brush in that way as well. That's very cool. All right, let's get a little bit of our liquidy white and keep over here just a touch of titanium white. A lot more liquid white than titanium white on this go. That's because we want it to be very runny and wet. And that's what that liquid white does. Nice. Okay, let's get in here. Nice. Get in here, and we're gonna start adding little bits that we can then pull back with our brush. All right, so let's imagine we're gonna have to start pulling back some stuff. So let's leave a few little bits over here. Get smaller and smaller and smaller as we go. Again, because we're gonna need to drag them backwards. If this thing came out that far, then the other one's gonna come out that far. Maybe we leave a little space back in here. And again, we can do whatever we want. And I'll show you what I mean. All right, let's take our brush. This very small amount of paint is connected to a bit of sandy sea foam that was out here on the edge. It got left behind, right? So as the wave pulls back, we get all these cool little things to drag down and drag back towards our bit of ocean. So now we've got to decide, what do we want our water line to look like? Maybe it came down here, maybe it flattened out, maybe it came onto this side. All right, I don't want to lose too much of this, because that's freaking sweet, right? But we want to leave a little ridge of paint out along the edge, and to do that, you got to have enough enough paint on your knife, and enough pressure pushing down to leave that ridge. The reason we want that ridge there is now it's a backdrop for our brush, right? So you take this guy and slide it back, slide it back, slide it back. All these little things are just fantastic. Right? We don't need it to take away all the paint, and if you add a little bit like that, it just adds a little bit more shininess, right? All we're looking for is the front of the sea foam to be white, and the rest to just be shiny, right? A little shininess. Now, if you need more white in the front, just have it on your brush. Right? Drag it back however you want. Totally up to you guys. You want to have little bits, you want them to go further in. Just take a step back and look at it and go, all right, I like that. Or vice versa, I don't like that. Right? You can decide how you want it to look, guys. That's wicked cool. We can even get in to make it softer with our 2-inch brush. Sliding these things out. Pushing them over, right? A little bit, and we can get that front edge. Oh man. Oh man alive, they say. Out there, not trying to lose everything. We don't want every single bit to be gone of wherever we're working on, right? Oh, very cool. Very cool, guys. Like that. Woo! Okay, let's get one more bit of our liquidy white. Let's start dropping off some lines down in here too. Just changing some stuff up. And we get something to connect. It grabs onto some place, and we've got some other wear that we're going to connect that guy onto. Maybe it's up here. Maybe these guys have a little bit of excess that just never got picked up. It reaches all the way up to there. You never know. Even these little things is very helpful. Just little details feeding back to our water. Right? Not every guy's got to be perfect. They don't all have to be exactly the same. And you don't even have to do as much as you might think. Right? Maybe we got a little bit of excess brightness in there. We leave a lot of that sandy, yellowy, greeny space right back there too. Because we don't need to cover every single bit. That's not what we're trying to get out there and do. That guy rolls out, gets caught onto this guy. Right? All these little things you can do until you like how it looks down there. Right? And once you've liked how it looks, then everybody else is gonna like how it looks. A couple little bits here and there. Just pushing on these guys, just really spreading them out. That's all we need, just to spread it out. Don't need anything crazy. Don't need anything nuts. Just gonna spread it out a bit and not try to do too much. Try to do too much, that's when we end up not liking it. Right? When we don't like it, then we're just sitting there looking at it and focusing on the parts that we don't like and all that stuff, and that's no fun. Right? So don't put on too much paint. That's the goal. That is the goal. We need a fair amount. A little jiggle back and forth just to keep that paint in the correct spot. Dunk down off the edge over here just to make it look correct. There we go. There we go. Right, some of these areas would be bright. They're not all going to be exactly the same. Right, so we get our brightness out there. Dumping off some little bits, little things that never got picked up. They got deposited, but they never got picked up from school. That never happened to you guys, by the way? Did you ever get like forgotten at school? Because I did. I got forgot. And my mom thought my stepdad was getting me, and my stepdad thought my mom was getting me. And I got left at, what was that place called? Oh, I forget it now. Kindergarten, no. Dang, I forget what it was. It had like a little, almost like a red barn top. Anybody else remember that place? Anybody? Anybody remember that place? Oh, didn't get on the bus. No. It happens. It happens out there, man. This one is looking really cool. Maybe rock in a whole little bit. Back in there, right? Like I said, they don't all have to connect, so maybe this guy drops way down. Maybe he drops up again and right back into there. Hello, shoot! Who did it? Who did it? Because I wanted to keep this one, and you have stolen it away from me. You've stolen it. Call the police. I've been robbed. Oh, man. Goodness. So, who got this one? Come forth with yourself. Let's see. Holy moly, you guys. It seems like a new person. Seems like a new person. Man, you got a cool one, let me tell you, because... Oh, God, this is just one of my faves. And then you stole it from me. D. Wilson, I believe that is you. I would imagine so. D. Miss D, who stole the painting from me. Thank you for your order. This is my job. I know I'm messing around. This is what I do for a living, and I try to sell every painting that we ever paint, and I'm only kidding. That of course I do want to look at them for a little while, but I know that I've got to say goodbye to my little babies when they go, and that's just fine by me. Right? We're going to add a little bit of our sandy sheen down onto this guy just because we sort of got it all taken away. Doesn't that look fantabulous, though? Mix this guy down. Whoo, Nelly! A couple little drags here and there. Very cool. We can go back with our liquid white. So D, is this the first time you've ever seen me, or have you been watching and waiting for the one that just spoke to you? Like what? Tell us what's going on in your brain. I'm gonna extend this guy out a little bit too. Always extending, Josh. We're always extending stuff. There we go. Perfect. So, Miss D, let us know in the comments. Very lightly give this guy just a little thing, just a little bit of a mess up, just a something. A little here, a little there, just to add some shiny bits. Oh, man! D, can I have it back? Can I have it back? No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Pop in our real bright white little ridge of water because it goes away so fast. Remember, you gotta have it out there. So D, is this your very first go? Very first time watching, or have you been watching? Are you a super fan? Like, tell us. Tell us now. Oh shit, we need one right here. I can just see it's like it's trying to reach out to its little friend. It's like, buddy, don't leave me. And this friend's like, I'm not your buddy, friend. I'm not your friend, pal. Oh, we need to get up into here too. This is looking fabulous. Sorry, I'm all over the place today. Been watching for a while. Excellent. Right under the time limit too. I got back there with 3 seconds to go. Woo! We're gonna change this guy up a little bit. Dropping down, dropping down, dropping down. So, Miss D, thank you again for your purchase. Now we're gonna get it into the dry room, which is a room that sits at 90 degrees and it's just a plywood empty room. There's not even drywall on the walls. It's just a nothingness of a room. But we're gonna put it in that room and it's gonna dry up for us nice and neatly in probably about 4 to 5 days is usually about how long it takes, about 4 to 5 days. So, if you've been watching for a while, you might have already known. Look at that though, holy shit. Holy shaving cream, guys. A little bit of our brightness right along the edge of the water. Right? Little bits. Bring them down over those shadows. Right? Kind of extending it a little bit. This is falling out onto the ground. My goodness, it's amazing. I love it. Okay, so Miss D, you have to come up with a title for your awesome painting. Now that you are the purchaser, you get to choose what the title is here and forever henceforth. Right? Whatever you say is what it is. So, we had one person literally call the painting Tim because he was going to give it to his dad named Tim. So, whatever you decide, right? It's up to you. I'm just going to add a couple little sloppy little weighty little details in here. Just quite literally like 3 diamonds fell off my knife that whole trip around the canvas. Fabulous! You guys. Okay, let's add the little bit of family action. Right, we're gonna put our family of birds in there. That way, D, I'm telling you, I was so close. Like if this one didn't go, I would have literally removed it from the store and kept it for my own self. Let's see, just go caw flying in the night. Shoo guys. Bailey yells at me if she's not like, if she doesn't stand out enough, her little birdie. So, shoo guys, look at the little birds flying in from a long night at sea. Feeding. I've been out there feeding. Zip, zap. Zip, zap. Very cool. Very cool, guys. Oh, I like it. That is a wicked one. Now, let's throw the old signature down in there. And we'll be looking to D for a title because it's literally sweet. This guy and that guy and that guy. Gorgeous. Bink. Bink boop. That's fabutastic, you guys. I like that, as we say. As old Paint with Josh says. Man, that's looking cool. So, I got confirmation, guys, that the brushes are on the way. I got a tracking link. And the sooner they show up to me, the quicker we'll be able to get them out to you guys, right? They're sending me 5 sets for me to like promote and try out and all that stuff. But when I get mine, that means they're going to be getting ready to release yours. So make sure you get your set. They already have 343 signups. Only 300 kits have been made. So you got to be quick. You got to be fast. Just like that. Oh, man. Oh, D, what do you think? What do you think? Very good. Very cool. I'm going to clean up this little space on the old palette. Get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of this guy, this guy. Wipe it down. These old brusheries. Lots of brushes to clean up. It's actually only 3. 3 brushes, that's not a lot to clean. So, get these guys cleaned up. You guys start coming up with a title for Dee's painting because she grabbed it during the live show, which means she gets to choose the title. The one that started that all, man. Now we get a lot of copycatters over here. Well, you know, imitation is the best form of flattery, I guess they could say. Alright. This guy, that guy. D, you're amazing. I appreciate you for grabbing the painting during the live show, which means that you get to have an awesome light party on our wicked cool painting. God, I was so close to just taking this one out, not even making it available, because I knew it was going to be wicked. Just wicked. Ah, so cool. So cool. I'm jealous of Miss D over here. Just call me Mr. Jellison. Jelly Jellerson. That's me. Because I was hoping maybe I could sneak one in that came out amazing and I could keep it for myself. That's a dream. It's a dream. I might just have to do one for my own self off camera, like Cosmic was saying. She's like, if you ever want to just be here, just do it off camera. And I'm like, well, no, I don't want to paint off camera. That's no fun. Emerald Shores, guys. Let's see over here. Flip you guys around. Turn you around this way. Look at that beauty. Ooh, you can't even see the whole thing. I gotta really back you guys up. About right there. Man! This thing is humongous. And you stole it from me, D. It's supposed to be mine. Oh, bro. Bro, sis. You took it from me, sis. It's okay. That's my job, right? Have these been out the whole time? Have you guys been looking at, like, Rhino Josh the whole time? Seriously? Nobody said anything? Really? Right in front of my bangs? Excellent, D. Get you a closer up look. You guys have been kind of far away this whole time, but look at this guy. Oh, you know what we need to do in here, too? Just a couple little sprays and some stars up in the sky. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit over here, guys. So let's find a little brush. A little bit of our liquid white. That's probably not enough, Josh. And this brush looks like just a big pile of butt. Let's try not to use this brush. There we go. Use a brush that actually has some bristles in it. And we'll come over here, dump off a little of our liquid white. Remember, we don't want it to be humongous. We don't want to have too much. We don't want it to be too noticeable. A couple little sprays over there. All right, this guy might launch down just a couple bits as he's falling in. This one again, just couple, literally like 2 things at it. 1, 2, bang. Literally, don't want to add too many little bits of falling water. Bink, as I add 2 more. Now, up here in the sky, we can go a little bit more crazy, but keep them up in that dark area, right, above our clouds. And anything that you get inside of your clouds that you don't like, you can go back and blend away with your 1-inch brush. Very, very, very simply, right? Might have to get in the way over here, but these guys, right, just go back over them very lightly, and they'll disappear in any part of the clouds that we don't want them to be. Bang, just like that. Looks like you got 1 bright spot there. Bink! That guy out of there. Oh, goodness! Look at that. The stars just add just a million miles of depth. You know what I mean? Like, you look out there and you go, holy shit, the sky above is awesome. Right? The sun is just coming up on the horizon. We can still see the stars at night. Did I even dip that? There we go. Now we got some dippage. Very cool. I can't wait to see this one in a light party. Sugar! It's a wicked light party! Coming up. Coming up on the Paint with Josh show, we've got a light party on the horizon for Dee, who grabbed this painting during the live show. So she got to choose the title, which I think we've got a title chosen. I've just been messing about. I think we've got a title picked. This brush is, like, seriously, can I even use this anymore? I don't think so. Going in the garbage. Boom! Gone. Get out of here. Don't need that brush. Okay. Let's title it. What do we got for a title? The stars are perfect, right? And they're hard to see in this glare, but if I get you over here, right, and you get out of the glare, then it becomes a lot easier to see. Of course, they made me do the fucking puzzle, right, when I was trying to see it. But there is a little bit of glare because the canvas is wet, you know what I mean? But it's not so bright like that. It's not a white part of canvas, you know what I mean? That's just the glare from our lights. But the stars make it look so cool. You have to add a green heart, too. What do you mean, a green heart? Oh, with the Emerald Shores, but the title, I'm like, a green heart, like in the sky? What? So Emerald Shores, I don't have a green marker, but we'll try our best to do a little heart shape on that guy. Emerald Shores with a little heart. Heart emoji. All right. That guy down. Get this guy over here. Oh, this big monster of a canvas. Just a monster size. Not as big as Cosmic's one. That one was humongous. And I just shipped it out today. The FedEx man probably walked in and was like, look at the size of this thing. This one, number 1644, because we did 3, at least 3, maybe 2. 2 virtual classes this week. Was it 2? No, it was 3. Right? Yeah. No. Whatever it was. It might have been 2, it might have been 3. I can't remember what it was. So we're calling it Emerald Shores with a little heart. All right. Emerald Shores with a little heart emoji. Bink! There we go. Perfect. He's gorgeous. Just like that. This one was painted on the 9th today, of course. 1/9/2024. We're all going to go to PaintWithJosh.com because it's the best website ever, right? Honestly, come on. Who's got a better website out there? All right, maybe TikTok. Okay, top 5, PaintWithJosh.com. There we go. Bang. Guys, gals, painting pals, 2026. I did do 3. Yeah, thank you, Terry. It was Terry, and then there was 2. Yeah, Deborah and, how can you forget? Come on. Who's on the list? Kirk! Of course, Kirk. I thought that said Kayla, and Kayla is the one that I had to reschedule, so it wasn't that. It was Kirk. Of course it was Kirk. So, after the 10 days, what are you talking about? So we always stream to at least on Fridays and on Mondays to YouTube and Facebook, and then if we're not going to be on TikTok, like if TikTok goes away, then we'll be over on Instagram, and we'll stream on Instagram every day, and then keep doing Facebook and YouTube on Fridays and Mondays and stuff. Yep, yeah. If it goes, then we'll go over to Instagram. It's no big deal, right? Everybody's going to have to find a spot to go to. And I think everybody will know, you know what I mean? Everyone that watches on TikTok will go, okay, Josh isn't on, there is no more TikTok, so where would Josh be? Okay, it's either going to be YouTube or Facebook or Instagram. So you would go find me on one of those spots over there. But yeah, it's going to be fantastic. Lisa, did I put 24 or 25? Let's see. Let's just take a look-see over here. We put 2025. Look at my little heart. It's a little perfect little heart. Gorgeous, right? Why, Lisa, did I say something different? The Instagram name is PaintWithJoshK, same as it is here on TikTok. I've got almost 800,000 followers over on Instagram, right? So there are some fake Paint with Josh accounts out there, but none of them have 800,000 or 798,000 followers. That's going to be my account, right? Oh, I said 24. Okay. So that's my dyslexia, Lisa, and it tends to play up every so often. But it's also Murphy's Law. Like, you know Murphy's Law, if something can happen, it will happen. So, like, if I can mess up, I'm going to mess up in front of a bunch of people versus just by myself, right? Like, that's Murphy's Law. Everybody, you know Murphy's Law, right? I just want to have a conversation with you, Lisa. Just Lisa. That's all. That's all. Well, gee, I don't know. But, Lisa, have you ever heard of Murphy's Law? Because it happens to me quite a lot. Just literally too much. Probably too much. Sweet wave, bro. This one came out amazing, by the way. Literally amazing. Lisa's left us. She doesn't want to talk. What's up, JP? How you doing, my friend? Hanging out? Chilling? Lisa left us, bro. She was like, out. See ya. That's fine. Fine, Lisa. Don't want to watch. Oh, I've enjoyed our conversation. So, Lisa, have you ever heard of, sweet wave? It's like, where do you think I get the inspiration from for my waves, bro? Hang on. Amazing. Perfect, right? So, Lisa, have you ever heard of Murphy's Law? That's what I was just trying to get to, get you. I just need 2 yes or no answers from you. And ask you, have you ever heard of Murphy's Law? And it should be probably yes, right? And then, have you ever heard of this other law by this other guy? And your answer should probably be no. So you have heard of Murphy's Law. Have you heard of this other guy named Cole? He wrote a law. It's more to do with like painting and much less obscure. So I didn't know it. Lots of people in here didn't know it. And it's fine if you don't know it. I can tell you what it is, just real quick and easy. We just need a yes or a no answer, and then we can get to it, right? Let's see. Thank you so much, Molly. Appreciate you. Thank you, Barbara. Appreciate you, too. You guys are all wicked awesome. Cosmic Lighthouse. What is that? It's a watch? I did. I had to tell Tyler what it was, right? And don't go Google it and, like, ruin the whole theme. You know what I mean? Just yes or no answer, and then we can tell you what it is. Anybody out there? I know lots of people have already learned it from me, right? Because I tend to talk about Murphy's Law a lot when we're doing this thing. But that's okay, Barbara. No worries. Thanks, JP. See you later, bro. But yeah, I tend to talk about it a lot because it happens to me a lot with my dyslexia and stuff. Okay, so you haven't, right? Cosmic's like, who's Murphy? He's this famous guy that got famous by writing one sentence, which, please, can I do that too? You guys know I gotta have a little finger paint. So, Lisa said no, she hadn't heard of Cole's Law before, so I'm gonna tell you what it is. It's basically cabbage and mayonnaise and carrots. You can get it from KFC, your local grocery store, like every backyard shitty barbecue I've ever been to had Cole's Law. And you never heard of Cole's Law before? It's weird. I mean, I knew it was kind of obscure, but I thought more people knew about it. So, just no. Lisa left us. She was like, "Fuck you, I'm out." No, Lisa, that didn't make you laugh. Just a little. Make you laugh a little bit. Like, she's gone. She's pissed. She's like, "You, dude, out. Never scrolling back into this live again." I think we made her, like, dude. Either way, you have been slawed. You have been slawed by the Cole's Law. We get lots of people, so don't worry. Don't feel embarrassed. We do get lots of people every day, and everybody waits for it in the comments. So now you're part of this whole big group of people that have been gotten by the joke. So when it comes time for the next joke, you can be in that group like, oh, look, he's going to get somebody. Like, he got me. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. I got him. She's pissed. She left us. She's gone. In any case, though, let's do an awesome light party on this guy. And slot it. And JP is telling Cosmic that Murphy's Law. She does know. She was just joking. I got Molly, too. Perfect. Wish you could paint like that. You can find me on YouTube. I've got lots of paintings. Oh, Lisa, there you go. Okay, so you're still here. You're still here. You're still here. So you fell for the joke. And now you can be in the big group of people that have already fallen for the joke. When we go to do the... She blocked me. She's like, nope. That's it. So let's do an awesome light party on this guy. Right? We're going to back it up a little bit. Get us in a better position. Here we go. Look at that. I mean, this thing just... You have to keep going backwards to finally... get to the edges of the painting. It's so monstrositily huge. No, it works. It works. Okay, so you guys, here's your flash warning. About to attempt your first Seascape. Yes! Liking it. Okay. Make sure you send it to me on Facebook or Instagram, please. I want to see it. But beyond that, but locked. That's funny. We're going to have an awesome light party. So if you're sensitive to light, turn your phone away for about 10 to 20 seconds. When I tell you that it's okay to look back is when it's okay to look back. Don't look back before that if you're sensitive. If you're going to stay and watch the light party on this wicked awesome painting, right, then type the words "I'm ready" into the comments. We'll crank down the light, and then it'll really flash in the party, right? So are you ready for your light party? Miss D, Barbara's ready, G's ready, Kitty's ready, Lindsay's ready, Tyler's ready, JP, I got you once a long time ago. Awesome. Theo's ready. Max Squatch says, so me? I'm ready then. Okay, are you guys ready? A light party starting in 3, 2, 1. Light party! What flashes for you the most? What stands out? What catches your eye? What's over there catching your eyeballs? Fuck, this one's so good, bro. Damn you for taking it from me. Man, it's excellent. So what catches your eye? Let me know now as the light party ends in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boop. Back to normal lighting. So you may now look, if you were sensitive to light, we're now back to normal. Now, the one thing that I did forget, what were you looking at though? What part flashed? The clouds, the sun, the sand. The sun. The sun flash is pretty cool, huh? I like it too. Let's get a little bit, because we almost forgot to make our sun reflections grow a little bit. We need to add just a bit more and let them get a bit brighter in different places. It's a broken thing. It doesn't have to all be the same. Just a little bit of excess light on the top of our waves there helps you when it comes time to do your highlights and stuff. Bink! Little places. little things. Don't want to do too much. Always mess it up, but leave some of those bright areas back in there. It just helps us with our eyes. Now, that was a fun old show, you guys. I don't know if I have the strength to come back and do it again, honestly. I don't know if we've got the strength, bro. I do need to take my kid over to the store so we can get some groceries and such. But maybe we can do one more little guy. Just one more little thing. Maybe tonight, maybe one more show. Just maybe. Plop on this big old thick titanium white just to stay bright, right? It's gotta stay out here. It's gotta stay bright. Right down on top of our little dark separator. Gorgeous. Fabulous. I love it. It's amazing. So, thank you, Dee, for your purchase. Dawn with the spinny winny wheel. Somebody block Dawn for me, please. Dawn. I was trying to forget about the spinny winny wheel, Dawn. And we'll do an RGB party too for you guys. Just especially like if we don't come back, then I can hang out for a little bit and we can chit chat and stuff. But if we are going to come back for a show, then I do have to skedaddle out of here quickly, right? So, Miss D, since you grabbed the painting during the live show, you get a chance on the spinny winny wheel, right? So you guys tell me what you think the wheel might land on, and whatever it does land on, that's what Miss D is gonna get as her gift back for purchasing during the show, right? So here we go. Let's see, guys. Oh, look at you! That says Josh wins, didn't it? That totally landed on Josh wins, didn't it? No, it landed on the Paint with Josh Cole's Law t-shirt. So luckily for you, right, we'll get in here. And I took the other one home, but I'll show you what one of the designs looks like. It'll be a Cole's Law shirt, right? So you can either get this one or the other guy that has the scales of justice with the coleslaw bowl. I wore it home the other day, and now I gotta get it in the wash before I can bring it back. So what I'll do is I'll send you, if you send me a reminder in a couple days or whatever, I'll send you a coupon code that makes the shirt free, and then a separate coupon code that makes the shipping free. And then you go onto my website, put in the shirt, the size, and then check out, and it'll be 000, and then I'll push it through, and then it'll get sent out to you. So thank you, though, for getting the painting during the live show. It really makes for a better show. It makes everybody more excited. They get to do the light party, and you get all the red, green, and blue, and all that stuff, right? So let's do that now. We're gonna see how this painting changes when we hit it with just red light, then just green light, and then just blue light, right? And it should change our entire painting up. It's gonna be really cool. So here you go, guys. For the red, you got to tell me which is your favorite as well, right? Once we get through all the colors, type in which is your favorite, starting with the red in 3, 2, red. Oh, look at it. See, this is what would happen if you just had 2 red lights aiming down at your canvas when you did when you hung the painting up. Look at that. That's amazing, right? Now, let's see if we just had 2 green lights onto our painting, what it may look like. Oh, it looks exactly the same as it does when we turn the lights back to normal. Pretty close anyway, right? Isn't that crazy? The green lantern. Okay, now let's check it out in blue. Blue gets very dark on us. So let's get the blue in there. Ooh, you can almost see like red or something way back in there if you get close enough. But look at that. The nighttime. All the crashers. All right, let's get some back to normal lighting over here. The lights are all back to good and white. Isn't it crazy how I need the red and the green and the blue light to make white light? That doesn't make sense to my brain. It just doesn't, but it's like a midnight sea. So which was your favorite? The dark blue, the green, or the red, right? The red does it, changes it so much, makes everything so dark. And then you just get the white highlight bits, or like the bright spot. We got the blue, the red. Lisa, I'm with you. I love the red color. I like the red. I like the green too. The green literally only made the yellow part of the sky different and green, and everything else basically looked the same to me anyway. Just to my own self. Oh, it's cool. We left so much room for sand, and look what you get. Look what happens when you leave that much room for sand. You get this wicked fucking cool painting. Mac, purple Mac, come on, dude. All right, so I've got, you know what? I've got a 15 by 30 inch that I've got set up. Look at this guy. Because I kind of want to do this guy, and we'll make it a real quick turnaround, and we'll do this little painting, and maybe I'll get to keep this one for my own self. It's just a little version, right? A little smaller of a guy. And this one will definitely be, it's probably about, I think about 265, something like that. And we'll throw down, and we'll do it with pinks and purples and yellows and reds and stuff. It'll be really cool. It'll kind of look just like the one that Mac got. Sort of aiming for that. So, let's see. Just did a BB Seascape. A little BB Seascape? What do you mean a BB? Did I say something? And I, as soon as everything leaves my mouth, it gets forgotten about. And then I'm watching the videos back going, what? What did I say? Did I really say that? What do you suggest using as references? Paint with Josh paintings. Use Paint with Josh paintings as references. Oh, BB. Yeah, as soon as what did I just say? As soon as it literally leaves my brain. But you don't need it. Don't need it. Oh, that little 15 by 30? You might. You just might need it. But yeah, let me get done with this. I'll get the canvas wet. I'll turn it right back on. Maybe we can get done by 7, right? Get done by 7, and then I'll probably actually be on way before that. Let's actually plan it out. 6:30, I'll be done smoking. 6:35, I would have gotten the canvas wet already. 6:45, by the time we put some colors on, and then we might be able to go. So sometime between 6:45 and between 7 o'clock is when I'll start the next show. So that gives me less than 23 minutes. 23 minutes. And we're going to do a quick turn like we used to say in the aviation days. But beyond that, if we're going to go, I got to get the heck out of here. I got to say goodbye. If you guys want me to stay, I got to go. Get out of there. Yes! Make it a little softer. Okay. So, shoo, guys, you've been amazing. I love you as a crowd. You're wicked awesome. I can't wait to come back and do it again in about 20 or so minutes, if I can get it done in that amount of time. So, I'm running away with this painting. So, I do love you guys. I can't wait to come back and do it again in about 30-ish, maybe 20-ish minutes. All right, we can just get this guy locked in. Where's my screw? Screw, come on, bro. Where's it at? I need it. And I can't find it. It's cutting into my time. Where's the screw? All right. You want to be like that? You want to play that game, my friend? Oh, literally sitting right in front of me. The borrowers just brought it back. Perfect. Awesome. Okay. Love you guys. I can't wait to come back and do it again in about 20 or so minutes. So until I see you guys again next time, take care. Have the rest of a good day and blah, blah.